Johnny Ho! It's tighter like a motherfucker, ain't it? Don't you wish I had a pussy this tight? Anyway, my mother says that I'm black. If I don't fuck it on my way in, I fuck it on my way out. Every time I see a good looking chick, the first thing that comes in mind is, if you come home with me, I tear the pussy up. That's how I met Giganta. I went down to a club and I saw this huge woman holding the wall. And I said, what's your name, Giganta? Anyway, I said, if you come home with me, I'll tear the pussy up. And she did. I showed her my dick and she laughed. I said, I'll stick my hand, and she said it's too small. So I shaved. She kept saying, stick the head, stick the head. I said, which one? The big one. Anyway, white men cannot watch superhero movies. Imagine a full-grown man calling his wife after a Thor movie and saying, woman, prepare yourself, for I, Thor, that God of thunder, is going to come home and hammer you with the hammer of the gods. She gets home. The missus is all excited. She's getting ready. She is prepared. When all of a sudden he gets on top, he ejaculates early. That's why you cannot make promises that you can't keep. And talking about women and wives, I've been married 7 times. Yeah, that's right. My 3rd wife was black. Anyway, you know, talking about black people, in the 1890s, they used to call themselves Negroes or blacks. In the 1950s, they were color. In the 70s, they were African Americans. Nowadays, nigga, please. I was working as a security guard many years ago, and the funny thing is that you should see the people's expression once the store is closed. Black people, as always, we are very loud. They'll be like, what? Spanish people like, coño, man. Chinese and whites are alike. They look in disbelief. Anyway, recently I went back to school. Due to the economy, I lost my job. And as everything else, I learned many things while I was in college. And one of my professors, business management ethics, Ms. Lockhart, very nice lady, she taught us that following, loyal following. What does it mean? It means that if you're a Coke drinker, you buy Coke. If you drink Pepsi, you buy Pepsi. Once in a while, you run out of your major brand, so you go to your local bodega and you buy toilet paper. You know what I told her? Hey, Miss Lockhart, due to the economy, I have to go down south. Real south. Meet my party pooper, Dr. Super Scoop, put a poop. That's right, H2O, baby, H2O. Anyway, the only side effect is that once in a while you like keep smelling your body poop. Anyway, here another teacher, Mr. April. He this was business management. Here, Mr. April, true story, ethical dilemma. He says to me one day, he says, Johnny, give me an example of an ethical dilemma. And I said, Mr. April, I lend my neighbor some money. So every time I go knock on his door, his wife comes out in a negligee. I go inside, start doing hard. Then he comes from behind, he starts doing me. So I got a three dilemma, not an ethical dilemma. I don't know whether I should charge him for the money, for me doing his wife, or him doing me. I had another teacher, Miss J, very lovely woman, and I'm still upset at her because she asked everybody in class what was my dream job. She asked this guy, this colleague of mine, Solomon, what was his dream job. I don't know what the fuck he was on, but he went on to say he wanted to be a stripper. He wanted to undress right there. He wanted to strip for the class. Anyway, her assistant, Miss Hustable, looked at her and said, if you ask that crazy motherfucker what he wants to be or what is his dream job, you're going to regret it. She looked at me and said, I ain't asking you. Anyway, Miss J, my dream job was to make porn films. My doctor told me if I hook him up with an 8 ball of coke, that is, he hooks me up with a 6 months prescription of Cialis. The types that give you a boner for about 4 days. And I said to his hand, Doc, what am I going to do with a boner for 4 days? And he looked at me and he said, hey, work for 2 days and then the other 2 days use it as a coat hanger. You know, there is, I wanted to, make this as professional as possible, and, I want to be patronized, or I want to be, use companies, major companies, and when my lawyer got in contact with them, they all said no. Companies like Heineken, I love Heineken, the beer of champions. I know, I watch soccer too. Hey, who the fuck invented Heineken Light? A Heineken is a Heineken. You get drunk, you get stupid, you passed out, that's it, end of story. Johnny Walker Black. Hey, Johnny Walker Black. You drink it, you get drunk, you get stupid, you passed out, that's it. Corona Lights is for fags. Throughout the years that I've been doing comedy, I always pay tribute to all those comedians, that paid the payment to what comedians are today, such as Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor. And a lot of people said to me, you're so raw, you're so dirty, you're so disgusting. I said, yeah, don't you love it? I remember Richard Pryor saying that women don't fart, they puff. And they're very smart too, Once they fart, they said, hey booby, I'm talking to you. Oh my, it's a stinker. Anyway, once in a while, I go to my mother. That's right, I go to my mother's. Ladies and gentlemen, if your mother or your father hook you up with money, see it as a hookup. Don't see it as taking advantage. See it as a hookup. Anyway, the other day I went to my mother's house and she just finished feeding me. She gave me a tremendous lunch. When all of a sudden she was washing the dishes, and all of a sudden she went, "Pah!" I looked at her and she looked at me and says, "Ay, mijo, at my age we don't fart, they just roll." About 3 months ago, I was in Vegas. And I just finished doing a show at the Sands, and everything was very cool. And in Vegas, It's very cool. It's not what you know, but who you know. I was hanging out with a couple of strippers, Lucius Lopez, Nikki Lee, and Debbie Diamond. Anyway, this freaking fucking guy comes into my table. He says, "Look at you." And I said, "Yes, I know." He goes, I said, he said at me, he said and said, "You're the man." And I said, "Yes, I am." Anyway, I looked at the girls, and the girls gave me a look, and, he hands me in a card, and he says, "Here, I'm in the adult business. Why don't you give me a call? I got a movie for you." Anyway, I looked at the girls, they looked at me, and I don't know. They said, "Why don't you stop by? We're working tomorrow. We'll be in the same set. Why don't you just stop by and say hello, see what he wants?" Anyway, I went there, and all of a sudden, through the door, there's these two black guys, huge black guys. The Wendigo brothers. Anyway, I went in, I saw the guy, and he told me what the movie was. It was a gay movie. I looked at him and I said, "Hey, I don't do gay porn." He says, "Hey, don't worry about it. We can have a stunt double." And I said, "A stunt double?" He said, "Yes. You don't have to, get down, or, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. And, once the camera rolls, we get a stunt double for you." So anyway, I said, "Hey, what the heck, I gave it a try." So here we are on the set, the Gay Blade, and I was Captain Morgan's nemesis. Yeah, hold on. I walked into a bar, and there he was. He looked at me. I looked at him. He pulled out his blade. I pulled out mine, and we started going bing, 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 bing. When all of a sudden I turned around and I said, "Kill me already!" That's when he said, "Cut!" And there was a stunt double. There was this guy named Enrique. Enrique was my stunt double. Anyway, they should have called him Enrico because he enjoys everything he got. Anyway, I went on to do the film, and I was working with the Wendigo brothers. You want to talk about freak of natures? Here it is: two black guys, over 6 foot, 18 inches plus, and the only way you can tell apart is that one has a half an inch bigger than the other. Anyway, going back to the conversation, at the end I didn't like the outcome, so I had to scratch the whole project because I didn't want to be associated with something like that. It's not that I have anything about gays. My best friend is gay, but hey, I'm sorry, it's not me. Anyway, I was coming into the show, and while waiting for the red light to change, there was this guy next to me smoking a joint. And Congress has been talking about legalizing marijuana. And like Cat Williams, Beck said, marijuana cannot be legalized because it has a substance called fuck it. Once you take a hold of it, or once you take a toke, you say fuck it. Society will not be able to function with this stimulant in their system. Imagine you're going to work and all of a sudden there's an announcement. "Ladies and gentlemen, just because yesterday was the Super Bowl, the conductor decided to go out and inhale marijuana. Therefore, he has the substance called fuck it. Therefore, there's no transportation tonight." Yeah, that's right. Maddox was invented by a woman. Yeah. She marry a guy with a 12-inch cock. The first year, she's like, is that all mine? Mine, mine. After 3, it's like, it's all mine, mine. And then after 5, it's like, is that it? And talk about women. I love all kinds of women. I love Chinese women. As a matter of fact, I hate my brother. He went out with a chick. He went out with a chick. And you know, throughout high school, he bragged about he had a Chinese girl, and you know, the closest I ever came to a Chinese girl was being in a whorehouse. Anyway, it doesn't count because I was high on coke and my dick couldn't get up. Anyway, no matter how professional you are, I don't know, Spanish people can't seem to get a Chinese woman. I don't know why. You know, I'm a professional guy. I cook. I'm the romantic type. You know, I have feelings too. But they're fucking racist. These fuckers are racist, man. But I'm a dentist. No time to go out with losers. Anyway, gentlemen, don't ask what you don't wish. You might tell a woman that you like them big and smelly, and you might get it. Anyway, it's time for me to go, but here, let me leave you with a thought. Guys, if a chick takes the time and decency to get dressed for you guys to go out for a walk or whatever, do the same, you know? And it doesn't cost anything. They dress so beautifully and they all do that for you. And girls, here's a piece of advice. When your man or your loved one or your significant other asks you how kinky are you, don't go, you know, don't blow things out of proportion. What he's actually saying is like, hey, look, I like it from in the glory hole once in a while. And anyway, life is meaning. It has meaning, and live to the fullest. Thank you very much.